What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be talking about Kevin Durant and the fact that he is now upset with the Golden State Warriors with the injury situation, thinking the fact that he was misled when it came to the news and information about him playing. Now, this I could easily see as a possibility, him being rushed back, trying to go in there, them trying to get something out of him, knowing the fact that he was going to be going out the door anyway. Now, do I think the fact that the Golden State Warriors knew for sure that he was going to tear his Achilles? I don't believe that's the case. But in a situation like this, you know the fact that if you're being told there's no way of getting anything more injury prone than that, that's a straight up lie, due to the fact you can get more hurt at any point in your career. But in this situation, he is not only thinking about leaving, but going to the Brooklyn Nets to join Kyrie Irving in with the Nets in Brooklyn. Now, as far as this directly going into this case, I think the fact that the Knicks are off the table due to the fact of what I mentioned before. I thought the fact that the Knicks were going to try to put up an offer, try to get that #1 pick was their main goal, and doing that really with the Pelicans getting that #1 pick took away all that leverage that they really were trying to get on the Pelicans to make an Anthony Davis trade, and we're obviously not willing to pull the trigger there. And I think the fact that that's a major thing there. But not only that, the Warriors and Kevin Durant, of course, this is going to be the major thing. Will Kevin Durant do a sign and trade with the Warriors? Now, the Warriors, of course, would want to do a sign and trade because this would be an easy way to be able to profit off of a Kevin Durant leaving situation. Obviously, he can leave, and that can easily just give the Warriors nothing. They lose it. They're going to have to wait for Klay Thompson to come back during the offseason. It will be just Stephen Curry and Draymond Green as their main starters coming back out there. But Kevin Durant would lose out on $56 million if he did not do a sign and trade and just signed with another team. But in this situation, that's going to be the main thing. I think the fact if Kevin Durant really wants to leave, he should not try to do a sign and trade. We've seen the fact of what this does with teams such as the Knicks whenever Carmelo Anthony tried to make his way to there instantly. And whenever you see something like this, Kevin Durant is a big option as far as this goes. And obviously, not only would you have to submit all that type of salary to be equal within the salary cap, you're talking about the fact that you're depleting a team that you're interested in, most likely due to the fact that it overachieved from last season. So you're going to be losing some of that depth that you could be having if you just signed there naturally. So I think the fact that if he is to leave and go to the Brooklyn Nets, he should try to go there with just a normal max contract and try to establish himself that way. Now, of course, as we all know, Kevin Durant will be missing most likely the entire season with this torn Achilles. Now, it is a 9-month to 12-month period, but the thing is, when he got injured so late into this year, obviously that's going to be pushing him towards the end of the year. And I don't see him rushing back just to make a little bit of a playoff run. So I think not only this is really good for whatever team that does get them, because it puts no pressure on that organization that first year. It establishes that it can allow the rest of the team to create a chemistry, and then all you had to do is plug in one person rather than trying to figure it all out that time in that moment. So whenever we see something like this, I think that it's very highly seen that this could easily work out well. Now, of course, with this, it's been reported that also that Kyrie Irving, that the Nets were very skeptical about getting him by himself, and it's looking like Kevin Durant may be trying to help him out here and go there as well. Like we mentioned, this is still going to be the opportunity for Kyrie Irving to sort of have his own team if this does happen, due to the fact that most likely Kevin Durant will not be playing for that year, and if not, at least most of the year. So we will have to see, and once again, how he does at that leadership role, and of course with a different group of people. I think the fact that it's not the fact that Kyrie Irving is a terrible leader. I think the fact that when you have a whole bunch of players in those young Celtics players that felt like they were better than what they actually were, especially with situations such as your backup point guard thinking the fact that he should be a starter getting paid $20 million a year. That's usually not a good sign. That means you're going to have people battling it out, trying to get good contracts for themselves rather than play for a team. So I think in that situation with Boston, I don't think the fact that that was the best situation when it comes down to it. Many people also forget the fact that Boston was not on his list of teams that he wanted to go to in that situation. So whenever you have something like that, I think it very strange that many people would jump out and try to just immediately say he cannot handle a role just because of one season by himself. If I was to sit here and to compare that with LeBron this year, it would be ridiculous. I would never sit there and state the fact that LeBron isn't a good leader because he couldn't make the playoffs. We understand that there's different situations, and sometimes the team is not directly built for somebody like you. Maybe the team chemistry is not good. You need those certain players in that certain role, and I think those younger players overachieved and really thought themselves better than what they actually were, when in reality the rest of the East was getting better, and they really had to throw in a lot of players such as Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving back into that mix, which just really didn't work out too well. But not only that, you also have Kyrie Irving, of course, going to be fully healthy coming into the year, which has not happened, of course, in quite some time now. So as far as this, many people also do forget the beginning of his career beginning of his seasons with Boston. He was injured with his knee already. It was just that he needed surgery later on. So in this situation, I think the fact getting a fully healthy Kyrie Irving is going to see him, and we're definitely going to see what he does with that team by himself for the beginning of the year. And then that fact that Kevin Durant and him being already friends, of course, helps out in that situation as well. So tell me what your guys' thoughts are as far as a Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant Nets team. And we'll definitely have to see what is in store for this team. Do you think the fact that Kevin Durant's best option is the Nets if he is to leave Golden State, or do you think the fact that somebody like the Knicks is still a better option, or the Clippers? So guys, tell me what you think, where you think he will sign, what team you think he should sign with, and tell me in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you guys leave a like and subscribe to come out with the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.